I used to work for a major airline as a pilot for a long time, and uh, a lot of my career I spent in the simulator as an instructor. Also doing flight training, but in the simulator, it was kind of a different situation. You went in a building, you went in this highly automated multi-million dollar thing with all these computers and programs, and you could simulate the flying. Uh, One particular time, my sons had recently shown me a little app that went on their iPhone called Cat Paint. It's a neat little thing, sort of like a little Photoshop sort of a thing. You could take one of a multitude of cats and imprint it over the top of an existing picture or one you had recently taken. You could scale it, change it around. If you had a particular place you wanted to put a sleeping cat, you could do that on somebody's shoulder or anything, just a joke type of thing. So I downloaded that and had it on my phone. Well, I'm in the simulator with these two pilots. Things are going well, and they're doing just some of the mundane stuff we had to do, to qualify them, requalify them, nothing particular highly pressure. But in a moment of where things aren't so busy, I had gotten that app out and had an idea. So at break time, we went out to the break room, and there was a big vending machine or two out there and a little refrigerator, a mini refrigerator with a glass front on it. And it was designed where the pilots in training or check airmen could bring their lunch, keep it refrigerated until the appointed time to eat it in that little glass fronted refrigerator. Well, I had the idea that I could take a picture of that refrigerator and use my little cat paint app and put a cat up in it. So I did that, and I had that thing, and on the way out of the sim after the debriefing and all, I showed it to the pilots. We all laughed. Well, I'm getting ready to go home. It's maybe a Sunday afternoon, getting ready to fly back to Atlanta. I was up in Charlotte. So we're down at the security desk waiting on the van that takes you from the training center over to the airport. And I was going to catch a flight home to Atlanta. We're sitting down there and laughing about that cat in the refrigerator. And I said something about the cat in the refrigerator. And the security guard, kind of a big gal, she's sitting there. She said, "What cat in the refrigerator?" Well, okay. I said, "The one up there on the second floor." I said, in that break room, I said, somebody's put a cat in there. She says, "Is it still in there?" Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I said, "No, some fella came in there a few minutes ago and got it and put it down in a paper sack." And I said, "That thing was fussing and kicking in there, and he started out of the building with it, but I don't know where he went." She said, "There was a cat in the refrigerator?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, here's a picture of it." I took a picture of it, and I showed her my iPhone with that picture. So about that time, somebody says, the bus, so we're going to get on the bus and get out of there. We're laughing at her, and I'm not thinking, I'm thinking surely she's going to throw down a BS flag on this. Well, she didn't. She said, as I'm going out the door, she says, "Is that real?" And I said, "No, it's like a Photoshop thing." I didn't think another thing about it. I thought it was kind of funny. I probably laughed all the way to the airport, and then I kind of just didn't think much more about it. And so about Tuesday, I get a message from another guy that worked in our department over there at the sim building, and he says, "You know anything about a cat getting loose in the building?" And I thought, well, they found out about this and they're going to pull a trick on me. And I said, "Why? What happened?" And he said, apparently there was a cat in the refrigerator about the time you were here in the sim building, and the security guard found out about it, and she had like 4 other security guards, and they inspected the entire building, everything, and they could not find the cat. Do you know anything about it? Oh, Lord. And they said they've gone to the building manager and all this. I picked up the phone and called him. I said it was me. It was a joke. I thought she knew it, and all that. But apparently she didn't know it. So the cat picture, well, cat in the fridge. Okay. That's it. That's the story.